of the weight, usually where it's hardest. So at the floor on a deadlift, in the hole on a bench, or at the very bottom of a squat, right? So you're basically never going to have bands on an empty bar, because if you did that at the bar would just float, you'd have to pull it down to do warm-ups, which just feels like a weird thing. So we're going to start with kind of like an RPE 6 or 7. So once we add these bands, it's going to take some of the weight off. So how are we going to use these guys? Let's go ahead and get a bench or some way to reach the top of the rig. Every one of these lifts is basically set up the same way. The bands are on the top and they come down and they go around the outside of our bar. For this time, we're going to be talking about squat, but you basically can use the exact same setup for any other lift. For squat, we want to be kind of specific, similar to bench, because these bands are going to be pulling you out of the rig. So if I put my band weight over here and I try to take this out, it's going to knock me backwards, right? So we just want to consider that when we're setting these up. So Kilo's going to go ahead and help us out, and I'm going to set this up about a foot, maybe a foot and a half out from where my bar is. Watch Kilo get super upset about me getting near him. All right, so now we've got our bands. They're vaguely even, I freaking hope. And we're gonna go ahead and take this guy, put it around the outside of the bar, and then we're gonna take our collar and lock it in. From here, we can just go ahead and load the rest of our weight and trap these bands inside there. We don't have to take them off, take them on and off every time we load our bar. All right, so we're getting it on this other side as well. Bar out, it's going to pick up a lot more of the weight when I'm in the hole, so I can kind of overload my system. You can basically set up this exact same way for bench, and for a deadlift, you're probably going to want to set up a little bit further out so that you can be right where your station is. You want to be right above the bar. So top down, banded, anything. Because we are a working gym, we have a lot of different age bands, and you're going to want to get two bands that are the same amount of springy. If you get one really worn out band and you get one really brand new band and you're trying to squat down, it's going to be really unpleasant because one side is going to be more weighted than the other. So just take a sec, make sure they're the same color, and kind of pull them apart to make sure they're the same tension as well before you go through the whole rigmarole